Hi, Learning with Mr. Neff here. Today, I want to help you with learning how to write a best line of fit in the graphing calculator and also figure out the correlation coefficient of a scatter plot. All right, so let's get started here. Right here, I have some data. I have 6 points right here. I have 6 points right here. An ordered pair really is what it is. The city fuel economy and the purchase price are related. What we want to know is that what kind of relationship we have between the fuel economy and the purchase price of the vehicle. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do that here in the graphing calculator, and it really is amazing and very useful things. Just an example of how it can be useful, and you might be surprised one day where you might need to use this, as I've actually used this in my own career. So here I press the stat button. All right, so right here, a lot of this is pretty much all going to happen in the stat area right here. All right, I'm not going to really show you much about graphing as much as calculating this here. Stat, and then I'm going to do edit. I hit enter, or I can press 1. So I can hit enter or any of these. Now notice I have lists already here. I could delete these items one at a time if I want, just like this. You see what I do? Delete, 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 D-E-L. Or I can go over and press clear and then down. Notice I'm up at the L2 and then I arrow down. When I arrow down, it deleted out that right there. Now sometimes you might delete your list and things may need to change, but we're going to go ahead and enter this here. So I just enter the data just like I see, 50, 44, 32, 43, 20, and 27. This is the hardest part right here, okay, is to enter the data. Luckily, I picked one with only 6 values, and therefore it should go pretty quick here, as you can see. And notice at the bottom that when I get there in just a moment, that I have 6 values on the left and 6 on the right. That means I entered the data correctly. If I didn't do that, then it might be problematic for me. Well, it won't work, okay? So now to calculate the best line of fit, and I'll tell you what, let me show you the graph here just a little bit. If you want to see the graph, all right, you can go up to second and then plots, turn that plot on, plot 1. We're going to turn that one on. What do we want? That first one's a scatter plot. What list? We're going to use the list 1. All right, if we needed to change that, we can change that right here using the blue menu at the bottom. It's blue here, second, and then I could say list 4. I'll show you second, list 4. I don't want list 4 though. Like I said, I already showed you second and then list 1. So this is just a little extra here. And I go through, yep, that's all I want, and then I can graph it. Now these items won't fit on here, so I will have to change my scale to fit in the window feature. I go in the window and I have to go 0 to the biggest number is 50, so I might go 55 on the maximum. Go over here, my minimum is 0, and I have to go at least to 70. All right, I did that fast. You can pause it and look to see what my values are. I hit graph, and there is my scatter plot. Isn't that beautiful? You can see it's trending down, so we can draw a line of that, and we're going to get the equation for that here. So the way we do that is very easy, though, once you do it a few times. Hey, stat again. All right. And then I go over to calc, arrow to calc, and it's number 4. So I'm going to arrow down. It's a linear regression analysis, AX plus B. We're familiar with MX plus B. They chose A just to throw everybody off, even though we do MX plus B all over the place. For some reason, they want AX plus B in here. So then we go here, list 1, yeah, enter, okay. List 2, yeah, enter. I don't even know what this is, honestly. I don't know what this is even. They probably want me to store it somewhere. I'm not sure. 5th time. Now, yeah, let's calculate. That's what I care about here. Okay. Now, this here, oops. All right. This is actually good. Sometimes this is what happens is you don't have everything. Now, we will talk about this here. This is the first part, but we don't actually have the correlation coefficient we want. But we do have the MX plus B or AX plus B. We have a slope right there of that. So the slope of those dots, the line that you would sketch, is negative, I'm going to round it to 1.4. No sense in going too many digits. And then that's 89.9 is the y-intercept. So the equation for the best line of fit for this is negative 1.4x plus 89.9. That's how you would write that. Now let's interpret that while we're at it. Okay, that would be the top number, the purchase price, and then it's going down as the fuel economy goes up, so to speak. Theoretically, if you had a purchase price of $89,000, then it would get 0 miles to gallon. Obviously, that's not completely accurate, but that's the trend that we see for that. Okay, but yeah, we're missing the R value here. So here's what happens when you reset your calculator. It gets turned off. If we press mode, want you to arrow all the way down to Stat Diagnostics, makes sense, and turn that on. When you turn that on, now we'll do the exact same thing again. Stat, Calc, 4, and hit enter. Same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 button pushes, enter 5 times. There it is. R squared is not important to you, okay? We could explain it, but we don't need to because the calculator did it. And the R value is negative 0.94. Okay, and so 2 digits is good to go to there. Is it close to -1? Yes, it is very close to -1. What does that mean? It means a very strong negative relationship here. Well, all right, and that's actually probably pretty useful for us. What does that mean in the context of this problem? As, we use these numbers, as the fuel economy goes up, the purchase price of the vehicle goes down, interesting enough. Okay, so you would think maybe that's because it's smaller vehicles and things like that. But as the fuel economy goes up, the purchase price goes down. All right, and so that would be how you would find your equation for the best line of fit, and right here, and then also the R value. So everything's done again, recap in Stat. All right, edit to do where you enter the list, and then Stat Calc 4 is where you would go to do that. Again, bonus footage there was to go into the second stat plot and turn on the graph there to set up your scatter plot. And then I went to the window then to figure out how to make it fit, changing the X-min and X-max and Y-min and Y-max values. Thanks all. I hope that was helpful, and have a great day with Learning with Mr. Neff.